Hello dear students, myself Mahesh Prasad from Department of Physics. Today we will discuss one of the most beautiful topic, that is work, power and energy. So initially we will move on to the topic called as work, that is generally if I speak the term called as work, what comes to your mind? Which is normally we can say it is a term which is basically related to the mental and physical activities, correct? To keep a book from one place to another place, or the lecturer which is giving a lecture in a lecturing hall. So all those things we are doing in the day-to-day life. But the proper definition which comes under scientific manner, that is the work, when I can say there is a work which has been done. If I see in terms of the scientific manner, I can say the work is done by a force when it moves or when a body moves through a certain distance. For example, I have taken this as a remote in my left hand. Do you think I am doing work on this? No. When I can say there is a work in a particular process, if I applied a force in such a way that if the remote moves a certain distance from initial point to final point, then only I can say work has been done. So this is what exactly the definition which I have given in the slide over here. When I can say there is a work, if work is done by a force, if the body moves a certain distance from initial to final along the direction of a force applied, then I can say there is a work which has been done over there. Okay? And there should be a displacement after applying a force. Then only we can say work which has been done. So this is the formula I can expect. The work done which is equal to the component of a force into the displacement which you have displaced. So for example, this is one cube I have taken, and if I apply a force in such a way that if this particular cube, what you can see, if it moves upward direction somewhat like this, and I can resolve into a two component. Okay? So one which is along x-axis, the one which is along y-axis. Correct? No, this is y-axis, this is x-axis. So this is the resultant force. And if I resolve into two components, which are those x-axis as well as y-axis, as you know, what do you mean by cos theta? The cos theta, which is nothing but what? Adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Correct? So since this x component, whenever I say x component, it should be a horizontal component, correct? And whenever I say x component, they should be basically related to the cos theta term. Okay? Why can't we sin theta? Because we have taken x-axis. If your body moves in this direction, if I take this component, this should be opposite divided by hypotenuse. The thing is, I suppose to take only the x component, that's why f cos theta comes over here. So that's why I have mentioned that in terms of formula, component of a force along the displacement into the displacement. Okay? So which is the component we have taken so far? That is the f cos theta, which is along x-axis. So that's why in the similar example you can see the picture as well. Someone is pulling this particular object towards this direction. So I can resolve into two components. This is the direction of a force what they are applying, and this should be along x-axis, this should be along y-axis. And what should be this component? This should be what? X-axis along cos theta, and this should be sin theta. So this is what exactly. Don't you think it is a right angle triangle? That's why we can take it as a two component over here. Okay? So what is the formula I can expect? The work which is equal to f cos theta into displacement, where s, which it is got displacement, we have discussed. Now this is a general formula I am using throughout my explanation, and different cases we supposed to find, that is when you can say work is positive, and when you can say work is negative, and when you can say the work is zero or a null. So we will discuss one by one with a different concept. So when theta which is equal to 0, f as cos theta. What is the value of cos 0? Is 1. Correct? 1 into anything. What is anything I can expect? That is f into s. So when I can say, it is in terms of theoretical terms what we are explaining so far. But if I imagine the same concept in terms of practical phenomena, let us say the person pushing a load or pulling a load along the horizontal direction. See this, the same concept. If this force what we are applying in this direction, we are pulling, correct? The direction of a force, if the displacement takes along the direction of a force applied, then I can say, is there any angle between this? There is no angle. So, direction of a force and displacement are in the same direction. So, that's why theta becomes 0. Cos 0 is 1, 1 into anything is anything. What is anything I can expect? That is force into displacement. So, this is the case where we can find your work is positive. Okay. Next one is, we will find when I can say your work done is 0. When I can say that the work done is 0. Are you getting? So if I place the same remote on my head somewhat like this, do you think any work done in the process? Are you getting? So do you think my head is moving somewhat like this? No. If I keep it on this particular somewhat like this, even though this remote which is acting the force on my head is not at all moving. Do you think is there any work done on the process? So that's why, what is the angle I can expect? The angle should be 90. What is the value of cos 90 I can expect? 0. 0 into anything. Once again 0 comes in. So that's why, is there any work done in the process? There is no work done in the process. So similar example I can find over here. You keep an object on the top of your head. The force, direction of the force is in the downward direction. But there is no displacement we find in this particular process. Got it? So this is what you can find. See, the similar time, the person who is holding a bar on the top of his head, do you think his head is moving? No, not at all is moving. Even though the direction of force of the bag towards your head is not at all moving. That's why there is no work done in the particular process. Got it? This is what I can find in scientific manner. So now the thing is, when your work done is negative, when I can say your work done is negative, the angle should be what? 180 degree. When I can find 180 degree, for example, you are in a car and you are driving the car, okay? Suddenly someone appeared in front of your car. What do you do? You suddenly press the brake over there. At the meantime, don't you think it is acting the direction of opposite to the direction of a force over there? If it is so, I can find cos 180. Cos 180, what is the value I can expect? That is the minus 1. Minus 1 into anything, what is the value I can expect? That is minus f into s. Where f which deals with what? The force, and s which deals with what? The displacement which has taken over there. So similar things. When the brakes are applied, the force is applied in the opposite direction to the displacement. So thus work can become negative. This is what we can expect. Okay. The similar concept we have discussed over here. Now we will discuss some of the work done in terms of your based on gravitational concept. Say when work done against a gravitational force is negative. If you are doing the work against the gravitational force, work done is negative. If the same ball, if it drops somewhat like this, work done is positive. So these are the concepts. So next one is power. By seeing this particular term, power, what comes to your mind? It is just an interrelation with respect to the work done what we discussed so far. It is nothing but rate of work done. How much time you have taken to do some certain work. For example, let us say I have given one example over here. Okay. Okay. What is the formula I can expect for power? Power which is equal to work done by time, which is nothing but rate of work done. Okay. So if I have V which is equal to S by T, correct? Now V which is nothing but what? Velocity which is equal to displacement by time. So can I write this same formula as power as F V cos theta? Why it is so? Because F into what? We have the formula for done what? Force into displacement. So displacement by time is what? Velocity. That's what I have written F V cos theta. So one more term we supposed to remember 1 horsepower which is equal to 746 watt. So these are the small concepts we can expect over here. And we'll move on to the one more term, that is energy. Energy means what? It is the capacity of doing work. How much energy you have based on your energy, you can do more work or less work over here. That's right. And there are n number of energies we can find over here. See here, they have taken a small example. So there are two friends called as Ramesh and Mahesh. Let us assign the work of taking a 10 stone of each which is having a 2 kg from compound to the terrace, and the height of a terrace from the ground is 5 meter to the both of them. Okay. Now Ramesh picks a stone and climbs a stair and he keep it on the terrace over there. And for keeping every stone, he takes how many minutes? 2 minutes. Hence, Ramesh totally takes 20 minutes to keep a 10 stone. Correct? No? If he takes the 2 minutes for each stone, then how many minutes he has taken? That is 20 minutes. But what Mahesh is doing over here, he takes 1 minute for one stone. How many stones we have over here? That is, how many stones? 10 stones. So how many minutes he is supposed to take? 10 minutes. So, what is the work done in the particular process I can expect? Work which is equal to force into displacement, and force can be taken as m into g based on your Newton's law, second law of motion. So m into g, what is the mass of a stone is 2, g is 9.8, and h is, what is the height of the terrace from the base, that is 5 meter. So this work done from Ramesh is 98 joule, and similar work done can be explained in terms of Mahesh as well. So which means both work done is same, but what is going to vary over here? Think and give me the answer. That is, the power is going to vary. Even though they are doing the same work, see here, what is the power of Ramesh? That is work done by time. Ramesh took 20 minutes to carry a 10 stone from where to where? Ground to terrace. But Mahesh has took how many minutes? He has took just 10 minutes to took a stone from where to where? From ground to terrace. So who is having more power? Of course, Mahesh is having more power than Ramesh. Okay? And yeah, this is what exactly I can give a conclusion of the example what you seen just now. That is, who is having more power? No, Mahesh, which is having more power than Ramesh. Okay? So, thus the person who has more power can do more work in a short time. Correct? Yeah. We will move on to the topic called as energy, what we have started already. When there are n number of energies we can find in a day-to-day life. Correct? The types of energy somewhat like this: mechanical energy, electrical energy, heat energy, sound energy, wind energy. We will discuss one by one. Briefly, we will discuss. See, you might have observed this particular generator. What it does actually, it takes heat energy and convert in terms of electrical energy. Correct now? Yeah. As well as mechanical energy as well. So what you can find is a kind of rotation which is given by 3 blades over here. What it can does, by using the wind, it can convert from wind energy to electrical energy. So these are the basic concepts we can find under mechanics as well. And this is a kind of solar panel. What you can see, what it does, it takes the energy from where? From sun and it can receive, then it will get converted to electrical energy. Okay? The most efficient energy which is available in nature as well. So fan which converts what? Electrical energy into mechanical energy. Correct? No? If you feel so sweat, what you do? You switch on the fan so that electric current will pass on to this your fan, so that you can expect there is a air towards you. This is what I can expect, and this is our actual concept where we are supposed to discuss, that is mechanical energy which is get converted, which is basically classified into two types. The first one is kinetic energy, and one more is mechanical, one more is potential energy. Which is the first one? Kinetic energy. Which is the second one? Potential energy. What do you mean by the word kinetic energy, which we have discussed maybe in the third chapter as well? Kinetic energy is when I can say you can have some kinetic energy, there is an energy which is possessed by due to its motion. If any object which is moving from one point to another point, obviously is having some kinetic energy. Got it? So what do you mean by basically potential energy? This is the energy which is possessed due to the position of the object. Okay? And basic formula I can expect for your kinetic energy, that is half mv square, where m which deals with what? Mass of the object, v which deals with what? Velocity of the object. So this for a time being, you take m as constant and v which is moving over there. As you increase the velocity, do you think kinetic energy increases or decreases? For example, you take an example of Usain Bolt. If Usain Bolt starts from initial point to final point, as he moves from initial to final, do you think his kinetic energy increases or decreases? Obviously, it should increase. Why? After certain distance, he will increase his velocity. If velocity increases, what happens? Obviously, its kinetic energy should increase. So this is the basic formula I can expect based on kinetic energy. That is half mv square. Okay. So this is what the example they have given: bullet fired from gun, an arrow fired from bow, the vehicle running. Okay, and the person running. You have taken all the examples, correct? See. The car is moving. When the car is moving from one place to another place, what kind of energy is stored over there? Obviously, it is kinetic energy. Why it is so? Because there is a increasing velocity. That's why. If velocity increases, what happens? Kinetic energy should increase. Similarly, the running girl possesses what? Kinetic energy. Because velocity increases. If velocity increases, what happens? There should be some increase in kinetic energy. So we'll move on to the next one, that is the potential energy. What they given here is that basically this potential energy is possessed due to its position. Okay? How we'll discuss? Okay? A person at highest point which possesses a potential energy. Why it is so? Because we have one formula, that is the potential energy, which is equal to mgh, where m is the mass of the person, where g is the acceleration due to gravity, h means there is some height with respect to base, correct? And in which particular position you can expect the potential energy is maximum? If there is some height, then only I can say it is having some potential energy. Why? Because mgh. If there is a height, there will be some potential energy. If there is no height, h becomes 0, 0 into anything, 1 second 0, is there any potential energy? Absolutely 0. So, when he can expect the minimum potential energy over here? When this person moves towards the ground. At this particular point, potential energy is 0. What is there? As he moves, don't you think the speed is increases or decreases? If speed increases, obviously there should be what? Increasing velocity. If there is increase in velocity, which energy which is there over there? Obviously it is kinetic energy. So at this particular point, which energy which is there? Only the potential energy. At this particular point, which energy is there? Only the kinetic energy. Okay. And similar example, we can find the spring compressed or expanded due to what? Potential energy. Okay. The same thing. See that I have used the potential energy formula as mgh, where m is the mass of the object, where g is the acceleration due to gravity, where h is the height where you have started your journey. Okay. Same. The stone is kept on the terrace. Correct. Where I can find potential energy is maximum. If you are doing a work in a certain height, then I can say there is some potential energy. At this particular point, which energy stores on the terrace of your tank over there? If there is a height, as I told just now, if there is a height, there should be some potential energy. Okay? Is there any kinetic energy? Never. Because your tank is not at all moving. And the same thing, water in a reservoir possesses what? Kinetic potential energy. At this particular point, what I can expect? That is potential energy on the top surface. Okay? And the total energy which leads to what? It is a combination of kinetic energy plus potential energy. What do you mean by kinetic energy? Energy pushes due to what? Its motion. What do you mean by potential energy? Energy pushes due to what? Its position. Okay? So law of conservation of energy. In an isolated system, the total mechanical energy of the body remains constant. Why? Because if I deal in terms of the total energy, it is a combination of what? Kinetic energy plus potential energy. In the absence of potential energy, there should be some kinetic energy. In the absence of kinetic energy, there should be some potential energy. So which means either any one energy will be there. Which means in isolated system, there should be some energy which remains a constant, and which will keep on oscillating. As I told just now. At this particular point, what happens? Potential energy will be there, and the same person moves towards the ground. What happens? That is, kinetic energy increases. Why it is so? As he moves, you take one for a simpler or the simplest way to explain this. You take a stone and you just drop it. At the time of dropping the stone, do you think the stone which you have dropped, will it go upward or downward? Obviously it should go downward. Why it is so? Because of acceleration due to gravity moves towards the earth over here. So as this stone moves in this direction, don't you think its speed increases? If there is increasing speed or velocity, there should be what? Kinetic energy. At this particular point which you are holding your stone, don't you think you are holding a stone with a certain distance with respect to the ground over here? So if it is so, if there is a height, there should be what? There should be a potential energy. Why? Because we have formula what? mgh. M is the mass of the stone which you have taken. G which is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. H which is nothing but what? Which is the height we have kept a certain distance. So this is what exactly we can find based on conservation of energy as well. And the similar concept we can explain over here. And this is what exactly we can find under the dam over here. On the top surface of the dam, what we can find, what kind of energy it stores over here? That is the potential energy. At this particular point, which energy is maximum? Obviously, it should be a kinetic energy. Why? Because the water is coming from top surface to the bottom surface. That's why it takes an increasing velocity. That's why. Okay, this is what exactly we can find under the concept of potential energy as well as kinetic energy. Okay, so what we can conclude, thus the body which is at a high point will have highest potential energy, the body which is there at the lowest point will have maximum kinetic energy. Okay, this is what we can find under the concept of the work, power and energy. Thank you very much.